Hey, it's Jean from One More Story Games. We are going to play Mandatory Upgrade X Marks the Spot, our latest game. We are on our website, just going to click on over here. And now you can see there's some screenshots of our game. And if you click on play now, it will take you on over. I've gone ahead and loaded it up, and I've just got it on mute for a second. It's got a really awesome soundtrack. And to give you a sense of how it is played, we have an introduction, and basically is telling you a little bit about the story, and we are supposed to figure out there's been a brutal murder in the complex, and we've just finished our training. We're coming back to the complex. We actually know a few people here, and if you've noticed, we've got some hyperlinks here. If you click on them, you'll be able to see a little bit more information about whatever it is. So in this instance, it's the West Harbour Complex. It tells you a little bit about it, and that there are no currently known clues about that. So we're just going to click on close, and you will be able to see that there are a number of them. So you read through and you find out that you've been assigned to be the lead investigator. And as you can see on the desktop version, there's 4 pages of text, and there might be a little bit more with the mobile version. Before we go to the story, I'm just going to click on starting information. Here's a whole bunch more information that's really cool. It gives you a sense of what are some of the other characters and elements that are happening in the game. So Brigitte, absolutely critical to your figuring out the story. She is your artificial intelligence assistant, and she's a little bit sassy, so we're going to talk with her. And you can go through and you can see that there's a whole bunch of information. So like, for example, you have a drone that you use, and you will be using that. So I'm going to click unmute, and we are going to hear the really cool soundtrack, and we're going to go right into the story. All right. So it's graduation day, and basically it's telling us that we need to go to the supply store. So you can see there's a little notification, and I will take you to where the notifications are stored. And it says, remember to use all of the tools at your disposal, including your drone and Brigitte, and they are available in the use items of your action menu. Good luck, and when you're ready, we can solve the story in the character menu. So let's just quickly look at some of these buttons here. We got the action menu. So this is where we take items, where we use items. And if I click on that, we will see that we've got Brigitte and the drone. And if we were to click on the drone and click on use, it actually goes and scans the West complex that we're in, the West Harbour Complex. You'll want to make sure that you're using your drone for every room that you're in. You can actually zoom out with your mouse wheel or using these navigation buttons. And you can see here's the map of the West Harbour Complex. Before we go to our room, let me just do a few more things. So here are all the clues that you will accumulate. This is talking about the technology that was on the person that died. And here's the note that says you need to go to the supply store. So just a little reminder to help you. All right, let's just turn that music down for a second. And as you go through the story, you will actually meet a bunch of different characters. And if I click on person relations, we'll start to see the context over here of how they are related to people. And we'll come back to that because you'll need to figure out what people's motivations are they telling you the truth? Are they lying? Topics and items. These are various things that we've either learned about through the introduction or through the story itself. So in case you didn't have the briefing screen, you can always go back to it there. And then here are the notes. So it's basically telling us we need to go to the supply store. And this list will propagate as you go through the story in case you need a little bit of help and guidance as to where to go. And over here, if we go here, we just bring up the introduction again. And this is the journal of all the things that you've learned. And when you're ready to solve, to figure out who done it, then you would click on this and you would say, hey, I'm ready to figure out, I know who done it. So I'm just going to close this. It says we haven't met the requirements. Well, seriously, that is not a surprise because we haven't talked to anybody. So let's just go into the supply stores and more information. And basically you see that there is a body that has been sliced up into 4 pieces on the store in a strange small pool of congealing blood. And you see that there are 2 people in the room, one of which is a doctor, Dr. Yeager, and the other one would be Sean Underwood. All right, so let's go in here. Now you're probably wondering why the little icon turned red. That's because it turned red because it means there's somebody here to talk to. So you can click on talk if you want to look at the more information about the store. If you want to blow a picture up, you can do that. I'm just going to close this and let's have a conversation. Here's Dr. Yeager, and this is our sort of starting point in the conversation, and we're just going to read that, answer, okay, and she says, well, you can ask me whatever you want. And now notice that we actually have a number of 3 different topics that we can ask her about. I'm going to go through quickly because did you notice that it actually added an extra one? So go through all of these, and you want to make sure that you are reading all of the text because there's interesting stuff that's happening on in the story. So basically we have discovered that there's a broken tablet and we need to figure out who could fix it. It's been quite badly damaged, and we're saying, you know, who on site knows how to fix it, and she's directing us over to Lance at Technology Ops and Research. Now we want to make sure that we ask each of the characters as much as we can about the topics that are over here. You know, we're essentially narrowing down our list of suspects. And if you want to replay it, just click on it again and it will start the conversation over. And we'll ask her about the victim, Nic Goulet. And then there's nothing else to say. And so we're wondering, you know, what else are we supposed to be doing here? Well, these blue things are doors. So if I click on that, it's basically saying there's nowhere to go outside. And it also, you notice that there is video cameras, and you're going to want the records to that. All right, let's look at the... Okay, so now we have the damaged tablet. Let's take the drone, and we're going to use it. Aha, it is telling us, oh, there you go. There's the security camera message. And you want to make sure that you talk to somebody in the security office about getting some of that footage. Thanks, Osprey. That's pretty awesome. Now let's talk to Brigitte, because she might have some insight for us. She's pretty sassy with, "Can I help you, sunshine?" she says. And just in case we need a reminder, we ask her, "Who are you?" And she says, "Frankly, I'm hurt that you don't remember me after all I've done for you." All right, and she says, "Well, it doesn't help that I've been secretly poisoning you for days. Ha ha." All right, so she's asking how can we help her? How can she help us? Click on the topics and find out a little bit more about the characters that are in the story. And we've just asked about Lance, who is the head of technology ops, and about our victim, and well, 98.73% possibility that he's dead. And don't forget, when you're looking here and it says page 1 of 2, you're going to want to click. Otherwise, you will miss some of the content. And Yvette apparently is also a competitive ballroom dancer. Not sure how that plays into the story, but you never know. So I'm going to leave the conversation. And that's all we can do in this room. If I were to click outside here, and it is telling us that the room is being tidied up and they are doing an analysis, and you know, it's very strange to see, and she's telling us she'll be in the forensics lab. So that's giving us an idea that she is now moving, her character is now moving. Now, for those of you who are playing the demo version, when you go out here, you will actually be prompted to continue playing and by purchasing and supporting us at One More Story Games and Ironic Iconic Studios. Chris Tihor is the game designer that's created this game. So if you would like to spend $3.99 Canadian, or which is close to $3 US, please do. That would be really fantastic. I've already got a full copy. Oh, I guess I don't. All right, so I've reached the end of the demo and just the beginning of the mystery. And you can see some of the pictures that are coming up in the story. Ooh, yeah, Trina Scarpetti. She's pretty awesome. All right, well, I'm going to end the demo there, and I hope you'll at least give it a try and read through the story and enjoy the mood music. You know, take a little bit of, take a cyberpunk adventure. All right, take care. Bye-bye.